Hello, my beautiful friends. I just want to remind you that we really don't know what reality is. When we get all the way down, as humans have slowly learned over time, and scientists have learned from previous scientists, and we've gotten to smaller and smaller and smaller pieces of the universe, we get down to the basic building blocks of the universe, and we really don't know what reality is and how it works. And this is truly extraordinary. Just to remind you that physicists don't agree on what reality is. And I'm sure you guys have heard of Schrodinger's cat. It's a little kind of experiment that Schrodinger came up with to show how silly one of the interpretations of quantum physics is. And how that it works essentially says that there's a cat and there's a radioactive particle, and if the radioactive particle goes off in a certain period of time, it releases a poison and kills the cat. And the box is sealed. Then this imaginary apparatus is set up, and so we don't know if the cat is alive or dead. And now some people misinterpret this and say, oh, it's both. The cat is both alive and dead. No, it's actually not that. It's much weirder. That interpretation is called the Copenhagen interpretation. And it's not that the cat is, yes, it's alive, or no, it's dead. It's not both. It's in superposition, which is a new mathematical kind of a state. It's mathematical, it's not physical. So physically, the cat that is in that sealed box, that is unknown, which is key, is neither yes, no, it's not both. It's in superposition, they call it. Now there's another assumption that some scientists, this is the one that most scientists agree is the closest. There's another one called mini worlds that says with every subatomic event, a different universe branches off, and that there's billions of universes, trillions of zillions that occur every millisecond, picosecond. And to me, this is very unbelievable. It's kind of like a cheat to find a solution. And to look at it at a practical way, in terms of my opinion, is, okay, let's say that the universe does split into two different universes every, time there is any subatomic event. To create a whole another universe would take a lot of energy. A crap load of energy. Where is that energy coming from? And how come we don't see some other expression of it? To me, mini worlds makes no sense. It's a cheat. And an interesting thing that happened, I think it was 2017, physicists were surveyed over which of these interpretations worked. This is literally a third of the top physicists, and they said they have no freaking idea. They have no preference, and that they can still do all the math and not know. And I kind of think, especially from my work with a lot of this esoteric stuff, that it's something a little different than Copenhagen. And definitely different than many worlds. It's that our universe is kind of like a game of Dungeons and Dragons, where at each different event, probability dice are rolled to determine the outcome. And then that result, if it's observed, collapses and becomes actualized and now becomes part of our universe. So this unactualized moment, like the cat in the box, is a random possibility. Is a random probability. And there's something called a probability curve. Here's a probability curve. Up here at the top of the curve is the most likely, greatest chance of something happening, and down here is the incredibly low chance. And there's actually a framework that it's all in. And this is all the possibilities for each different event, each different action. And this works on the subatomic level, but it also works in other places and ways. This curve. And this is where the ESP and the esoteric stuff comes in. Those, and psychokinesis and other things. Those are things that are way down here. There's a low chance of psychokinesis working. And appears a great chance of all the normal stuff you see, and most people believe. But if you have faith in this lower chance and lower probability, it's possible that you can roll the dice, affect the dice, and you will get this low chance possibility. So our universe is like a video game in a strange way. That at each moment, the dice, when a decision needs to be made, dice are being rolled, boom, it becomes actualized. Now it quantum collapses and becomes part of reality. And the wonderful thing about this is it's not just completely random. This is an interactive universe. I strongly believe that your consciousness and your intention and your desire and your will can affect this dice rolling. And that's where ESP comes in. That's where these other things come in. You know, this universe has many places and spaces where things are unseen. Right now, nobody is looking right here in this drawer right here. Nobody is looking inside. So there is energy hidden inside here until it's opened and the stuff that's inside is revealed. There are places behind walls. There are possible occurrences. And I think it's conceivable that energy could be drawn from these places, or probability could be drawn. But whatever, I think you can affect the dice roll. What do you guys think? Do you think that affecting the dice roll is possible? Do you like this version better than the Copenhagen version? Or are you a many worlds person? Or do you just don't give a darn? I love you guys. What do you think?